right back, black session training. I'm going to do the first applications. Sort of. All right, so we're doing the no-touch applications. And we're looking at one of them already. So if you're watching at home, Black Session Training, we're going to talk about the first application. And I guess you can practice, just pretend. And we'll kind of pretend as well. I don't know. We have never done this before, so I guess I'm going to be kind of close, but not too close and not for that long. So we're sort of figuring out the safety, so if you have any opinion on it, please feel free to speak up and say, like, I like this or I don't like that. Yeah, it's going to be punches. There's yeah. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that if you're down with that. Yeah, let's do it. We'll just sanitize. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So, I'll be punching, and basically, yeah, as we talked about it before, we could just get to your shoulder width, and then the shortcut for getting the ward-off arm to the right place is just to pretend you're reaching out to meet someone, to shake someone's hand. So like you're just gonna go shake their hand. Yeah. So that engages the hand in the correct way, where you want to meet it coming in and then roll with. We go very slow at first, and then eventually, hopefully, that translates into action. So very slow. Poke. Doesn't really do anything yet. When we come, it's combined application with ward off left, and then it does a thing. But until then, it just hangs out. Just kind of turns with you, I guess. So I'm going to come in slowly and try to meet it coming up. Turn with it. And yeah, so yeah, let's do it a couple more times. I don't know if it gives you much friction to work off. Yeah, there we go. Nice. This is funny. Bunch of this. Yeah, that is actually the beginning of the next part of the application. So, yeah. There you go. Yeah, cool. So, any questions so far? I want to just do it a few more times if you don't mind. Yeah.
And now I see what you're talking about, but they'll just fall on the hand.
Yeah, yeah. So you'd be missing, so yeah, so if that was a right, then you'd be missing the left. Yeah. So, cool. Any questions so far? Okay. So let's do this. That's going to be your blocker, so we can sort of, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna, I don't know what this feels like, so I'm gonna try it and you can maybe feel, yeah. Yeah. It takes a while. I'm watching. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Tai Chi applications are a strange beast. Kung Fu applications are, you punch fast, but you don't punch to hit them, right? At least at first, I guess. You do when you're practicing the application, the intention is not to punch hard and to hit them. So it's pulling it a little bit, but it's fast, like a real reaction time. Tai Chi applications are punching to actually hit them, but slow enough that you can stop yourself if they don't hit in time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just was trying to explain it.
You can pull up there because you can stop the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people don't have the control of the fastest.
Yeah. I mean, over and over again, I'll say like, go slow, and then the Tai Chi student will be nervous and just like, no. This is like nerves, But it's weird because I think about it because you're building a skill set of pretending to punch like you're following through. But I guess that's not that relevant. It's just when it's the first practice.
I think also too, like, are they used to a proper punch?
Yeah.
Whereas you might have somebody that, you would.
Oh, I've seen some real,
You know what I
real
mean?
scary punches, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna hurt yourself if you do that. Yeah, this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see how it works going slow if you do your ball, right?
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah, this
Whereas
stuff is
if you're leaned over, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. You want to try that one a few more times? Guess I'll just sanitize these after. Yeah. And it tends to make it go a little higher, I think just because it's not, because it's huge, right?
Yeah, just feeling it,
Yeah, yeah. When the punch comes in, it kind of ends up just being right around there, yeah.
So your hand will in here.
It'll end more here. Yeah,
Okay.
So if you imagine the point of contact and then just letting it roll to about there, but it also actually does put you in place for the next part. So, two more. Yep, there you go. It's more about keeping that structure through the arm, fingers, and hands. Right. Okay. You want to try the next part?
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, why don't you come at me with it, and I'll just show it to you. It's easier to show it to you that way. So this would be a right punch that I would do this, and I would grab the wrist at the end. And then I would step in, shift, turn, and whack the ribs with kind of the outside of my forearm. And I'm kind of creating an opening by holding your arm up, and it kind of like it opens up the ribs to be hit. So it ends up a little different than the form. You know what I mean?
Hitting with.
Yeah, just sort of whatever, this whole structure is sort of damn. It's like a back.
It reminds me of the chip one where it's.
Which one?
There's one where, is it lazy the whole time?
Oh, yeah, very good. It's similar,
But
that was more
that's- yeah,
palm up,
yeah.
but it's still, you know, any of those,
I mean, yeah,
you're gonna
it's
want to
solid.
do that. Yeah. You wanna try that?
Sure.
I think this one was mine.
Yeah.
Cool. And if you're watching at home, you know, just try to act it out. We'll turn for you or something. I'll just play around with it. Uh-huh.
And then
Shift,
shift in.
step, uh-huh, yeah, there you go. And, yeah, let's do it a couple more times. Exactly, yeah. So, yeah. Hey, we can kind of do something. This is great. So we're here now.
We just now need a whole set.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one for each. Yeah. Uh-huh. One more. Good, good. So, any questions?
So, I gotta get that. So I can't actually go in,
Mhm.
wanna end it, like how far lean in are you?
Yeah, so it'll be really close. So if we were doing the application, you'd be basically foot to foot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But with your back foot more of like a lean in and actually the back foot all the way in?
Yeah, you end up in a big stick. It's
Okay,
just like,
that's what-
yeah, just like the dragons.
Okay.
So what I see, I'll go ahead and point out what usually happens when people start making impact and how it goes, just so, maybe I can hold a pad for you to hit. This is getting real convoluted, but I can maybe hold a pad and let you hit it. Maybe a shield? Yeah, I can do a shield in this. I'll think about it. So, but here's what I'll see happen. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, let's do it like that. Perfect. So, come in, and then the stuff all happens, but it just happens quickly. So I don't step in and step out. I just step two, right? But then I shift, and it has this little feeling of lean. But this is all just the thing, the thing that unloads. And it's naturally there in the form, but it feels more like I'm leaning in, but it's not really that. So I'll try to give you a good, not a bad example. It's hard not to live. Yeah, so it has this, what you learn from this is that when we turn and we shift and we sink and we step, that's really preparing you to just kind of be there quickly. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. You want to try it some more? Was that a clear enough example, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
And that's the one.
Uh-huh. Yeah. about where you step to line you up to hit harder.
Okay.
So here it comes. When you step, sorry, weak. When you step to more like here. Yeah. So instead of being pointed at me, now you're kind of pointed past me in a goal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm obviously too far away, which is why you're feeling like you're leaning. But other than that little lean, it's great.
So I'll end up.
Yeah, you'll end up just like
straight.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's try it. Good shield. I feel like I'm in like a medieval, like a phone jousting
Ready.
situation. All right, I can do this. You ready? Yeah. Good. One more? Oh, watch. It's like,
That pleasant.
yeah. Yeah, good. Very good. All right, you want a little more? I'm definitely like giving you way more correction than I would because you're not a real beginner. Sorry, that sounded mean. No, so this is the second thing is you're doing all of it technically correct, but it has a feeling of pushing in, and when it's done correctly, it'll just feel like a whap. So yeah, if you can like loosen the arm and try it just quickly a few times and let the waist come into it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can I? Do you care? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I'll just let you feel the. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't know if that's makes things different or. Okay, so I let it go a little more that time. You see, I wasn't like forced, but it's.
But I can feel the strength.
Yeah.
A good backhand.
Yeah, exactly. It's a real disrespectful application. You want to try it a few more times? I'm gonna look at time. Yeah, time flies when you get to do applications. Yep, this represents my right ribs. Good, yeah, that was solid. And relaxed, right? Yeah. Cool. And then it doesn't quite work because we're using implements, but the only thing I'll say that I would change is there's a little bit of splitting energy.
Okay.
So when you're whipping, you actually have something to pull against, which is my fist.
So we pull in as we're.
Yeah. So you get extra spring out of that.
Okay.
Want to try that? Are you ready? Yes. That is.
Okay.
That's feeling like the application. Nice. Yeah, nice. That's, very good. One more. Very good. All right.
That helps with the staying upright too, because I'm not having to close it.
Yeah, it's like when you're pushing yourself into your strike, you're taking away from it, whereas if you're.
Yeah.
All right, that's good for black sash training. Let's see, we did crane, so it is now dragon, I think. It's in the order of the form, but I always mess up the Kung Fu order form when I'm not doing it. So after snake is,
Okay.
or I meant after crane, sorry. It's, what is it?
Yeah.
Poison hands, iron body, leopard,
Yeah.
snake, tiger, crane, drunken dragon?
Yeah.
Is that right?
There is drunken.
I don't think I wish we had the drunken one.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about this, but let's do the dragon, the creative spirit. Path of self-mastery requires a creative spirit. A creative spirit has no self-doubt. The path of self-mastery requires a creative spirit. A creative spirit has no self-doubt. Messed it up. Path of self-mastery requires a creative spirit. A creative spirit has no self-doubt.
That's the answer.
Thank you. About beginner student. Anyone else watching? Black sash training dismissed.